welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey. I'm here with betting aficionado and horse racing tipster Jake Johns, who's already given you tips for the opening 2 days of the Cheltenham Festival, but we're here to give you his tips for the World Hurdle, which is the third championship feature race on the Thursday, and it's sponsored by Sky Bet, this particular video, so thank you very much for sponsoring our Cheltenham app, which is already out to download via iOS or Android. So please get downloading that, and don't forget to give us a 5-star review on the App Store. But without any further ado, let's take a look at the main horses running in the World Hurdle and see what Jake Johns makes of them.
Okay, so usually I go for an outsider, but weirdly I really fancy quite a lot of the favourites this year, and Thistlecrack is no different. I mean, he has been unbelievably good this year. I honestly think he should actually be shorter than his price of 5 to 4 with Sky Bet. It's just if he was trained by Willie Mullins, I think definitely would be odds on. When you compare him to the other favourites in the other championship races, he's at least as good as them, and he's probably been at least as impressive as them this year as well. He's beaten everything that's been put in front of him. He won. I was there at Newbury the day that he won, and I tipped him that day because I thought if Collins on horse was good last year, then he's going to be very good this year. And he's improved even beyond recognition, even beyond what I would ever imagine. So he was insanely good then. Then he ran in the long walk at Ascot, where he beat three-time winner Rev de Silva easily by 8 lengths. That was on soft going. And the only hindrance I had with him, or I wasn't going to tip him in the other championship video that we did, was I was worried that his form at Cheltenham wasn't good enough because he ran badly there before. But then he just proved me completely wrong. I've got more egg on my face because he absolutely dominated, killed it. Destroyed Camping Ground, who'd won there before on heavy going. He was on heavy going again. So
there's almost no negatives to Thistlecrack.
There's pretty much no negatives. There's no not what I can see anyway. People say, "Oh, what about he might not go on good ground?" He has already run on really well on good ground, over 3 miles. Last year, when he wasn't as good, he should have beaten Cheltenham. He got ran out of room on the inside. He stayed on really, really strong run. He was just unlucky not to win. Cheltenham is now favourite for the JLT, so that's amazing form. And he wasn't even at his best that day because he's much better now. I know that Colin Tizard is thinking of giving a crack at the Gold Cup next year.
I like that pan, by the way.
As a novice, so he'll be a 9-year-old then. He's got things going a bit late, but he's definitely got things going now. 5 to 4 looks a nice price. I mean, if you want to put the lump on that, I'm not going to tell you not to because that's unbelievably good. But next up, we've got the horse that I tipped in the championship video. I tipped him at 10. I tipped her at 10 to 1. The mare trained by Willie Mullins. It's his second. His second amazing mare that he's got in the yard after Annie Power. He's probably got a few more. He's got this one called Lamini who's going to win the novice hurdle as well.
And it's yet another Jake Johns tip, which has gone on to shorten in price.
Yeah, it's actually halved in price because she won at she won and beating Jenny's Jewel and Cannon Fodder, which is not really good form, but her price halved straight away after that. I think they just wanted to see what she was going to do when she crossed the channel and crossed the Irish Sea, and she was very, very impressive that day.
Class with flying colours.
Exactly, class with absolutely flying colours. She travelled into the race unbelievably. She relaxes so well. She just shuts off, and then she canted over down to last. Ruby turned it on a little bit at the end, turned the screw a little bit, and see what she had, and she just reacted. She bolted off at the end. So she's got something left in the tank. She's never been against anything as good as she's going to face in this race, though. So 5 to 1 you could see it's a bit short. I'm not going back on my tip to 10. If she was 10 to 1 today, I'd probably tip her because she's so impressive. But she's not. She's 5 to 1, so I'm gonna have to look for a bit more value down the order. And also, there's a little bit of a worry in my mind that she might go to the Ryanair because it looks like Vortor, the other Rich Ritchie Willie Mullins horse, is probably going to run in the Gold Cup now. But it's not running no bet with Sky Bet, so you're not losing anything here betting on her here if you want to, and I wouldn't put you off at 5 to 1. Still an all right price, but hopefully you got a 10 to 1 when I did it the first time.
Which is the importance of following us on YouTube. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the little red button above our screen.
Yeah. You better do that. Next up, we've got Alpha Des Beau, who's also improved massively this year. Hammered Martello Tower, who won the Albert Bartlett last year on heavy going at Gower Park last time. I think he's going to improve a lot for the good spring round at Cheltenham that he should get. And he's looked like he could have been getting to things like At the time, it looked like he was getting to Thistlecrack at Aintree in the Sefton last year. Obviously, Thistlecrack's improved since then, and also we know that Thistlecrack is very, very strong in the finish, so he probably wouldn't have got that day. So I wouldn't bet against him, and I think 8-1's a fair price, but in all the starts that he's done that he hasn't fallen like that in all the other starts where he stayed up, he's actually never finished outside the top 2, so that's a pretty good stat if you think about wanting to back it each way. But I wouldn't be. I think I'm going for a bit more value, so let's keep going down. Cole Harden, last year's winner, is currently at around, he's also 8-1. He needs good ground. He really needs good ground. He's had 2 runs this year on soft ground. He's been poor in both. He was okay at Newbury, but he looked like he was pulled up pretty much. But he stayed on quite well at the end. He was really poor last time. I wouldn't be backing him, to be honest. He just hasn't been good enough, to be honest. And then we go one more down to Prince of Scars at around 20-1, which is weird. There's a few more before that. Petit Son, more of that, not going to run. Nicholas Canny, not going to run. So 20-1 seems like a decent. It's a really nice price for this Gordon Elliott train horse. He won the Boyne Hurdle at Navan on heavy going. You absolutely can't ignore him. He's an improving 6-year-old. He beat Alpha Des Obeaux easily and Martello Tower by 4 lengths. Alpha Des Obeaux could have easily improved since then, but you don't know, this horse is improving at a rate of knots. The only negative I'd have is he's only run on good ground once, and he kind of disappointed, but he wasn't in brilliant form that day. So I would
question marks on the ground.
There's question marks on the ground, so that's the only hindrance of him. But at 20-1, it's a decent price.
Okay.
There's a few weird entries. Sapphire de Reux came second in this last year. Went chasing, didn't work out. Had a wind operation. Same as Cole Harden when he won last year. He had a wind operation before the race, so I mean it does work sometimes, but I'm leaving him alone. I've got a huge price fancy here each way.
This is why we come to Jake Johns for our tips, because he is the outsider, and I've got it on good ground that this is a big price.
It's a big price, like God's Own at 25s. It's bigger than that. 33-1 for at Fisher's Cross. People are going to go, "You're mental. What are you doing?" 33-1 each way. That's insane. He ran really well in his first run behind Alpha Des Obeaux. He jumped a lot better and he settled better than he has done for a long time, probably since his novice days.
Okay.
He was a brilliant novice. He won the Albert Bartlett by 4.5 lengths, which is a 3-mile novice hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. He ran really first time out. He's never good first time out. Rebecca Curtis has said that he's never good first time. He needs his first run, and he ran well that day. He came second. He stayed on well. And he jumped and settled a lot better, which is really promising. He usually only likes Cheltenham. He doesn't just like Cheltenham, he absolutely loves it. I mean, he absolutely loves it. His form on Cheltenham, first, second, third, fourth. The fourth was in the World Hurdle last year, where he was having a terrible year. He would run around all over the place, jumping right everywhere, couldn't jump. It looked like he couldn't jump, he just ran through the hurdles most of the time. He's looked a lot better this year. He came fourth and he stayed on up the hill again. He always stays on up the hill. He came third behind More of That and Annie Power, who are two extremely good hurdlers. I mean, they are two massively top class horses. I mean, if they were in any normal world hurdle, he probably would have won that day because they're quality horses. Other than the big bucks, they've been unbelievably good. So he loves Cheltenham. He came fourth last year after having a terrible year. He ran well first time out, which is very rare for this horse. So if he can continue that form and improve for Cheltenham, which is not unlikely. I mean, it's likely. If anything, he's going to improve to running at Cheltenham. Yeah. And on better ground. I mean, he's quite good on soft ground as well. Maybe his form's a little bit better on soft ground, but his form at Cheltenham is just too good to ignore. And at 33-1, yeah. I mean, it's a better. I mean, each way. I could see him hitting the frame, to be honest. I could see him hitting the frame, definitely.
Okay.
I'm worried about Rebecca Curtis's form at the moment. She had a bit of a blip at the start of the year. She got better. I'm hoping she can get a bit... If she gets better before then, and she gets a few winners in, I think in 33-1, third place is nice. I think you could definitely hit the frame. If I wanted to put one bet on, I'd probably go big on Thistlecrack, but each way, 33-1 at Fisher's Cross is nice.
Which, of course, would be both winners if that came in third or second, and well, that would be 2 winners from this video, and that's the reason that we're giving you these videos. It's to make money, and the best way to make money is to compare the odds. So make sure that you download our app, which is sponsored by Sky Bet, via the iOS or the Apple download, or the Android download, which the link will be at the bottom of this screen. Thank you very much for watching, And we'll be back next week with our Cheltenham Gold Cup tips, which is exciting.
The big one.
Absolutely. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll speak to you next week.
Bye.